first here, descending channel pattern and weak futures data continue to constrain Ethereum price. Crypto prices have been largely unstable this week, and it's most likely because of the Federal Reserve. The U.S. Federal Reserve raised its benchmark interest rate on May 4th, which caused volatility in the crypto market. This is because the Fed also announced that it will reduce its $9 trillion asset base starting in June. The Federal Reserve is determined to restore price stability, even if that means hurting the economy with lower business investment and household spending. Chairman Jeremy Powell dismissed the importance of the gross domestic product decline over the first 3 months of 2022. Ether's price has corrected by 14% over the course of a month, but the network's value locked in smart contracts, or TVL, increased by 7% in 30 days to 25.2 million Ether. So it's worth exploring if the price drop below $3,000 impacted derivatives traders' sentiment. To understand market sentiment, traders must analyze Ether futures contracts premium, also known as the basis rate. Unlike a perpetual contract, these fixed calendar futures do not have a funding rate, so their price will differ on exchanges. Futures should trade at a 5% to 12% annualized premium in order to compensate for traders' deposits until the trade settles. However, as shown above, Ether's annualized premium has been below this threshold since April 5th, and you can see that here. The current 3.5% basis rate is usually seen as a sign of a lack of demand for leverage buyers, which is generally considered to be bearish. To get a full picture of the futures market, traders should also look at the options markets. For example, the 25% delta skew compares similar call or buy and put sell options. This metric will turn positive when fear is prevalent because the protective put options premium is higher than similar risk call options. The opposite holds when greed is prevalent, causing the 25% delta skew indicator to shift to the negative area. A 25% skew indicator range between -8% and +8% is usually considered a neutral area. However, the metric has been above such a threshold since April 16th and is currently at 14%. And you can see this is the 30-day options 25% delta skew. This suggests that sentiment has worsened in the past 30 days. Option traders are paying more for downside protection, which indicates that there is a growing sense of bearish sentiment in the market. There is no real way to know if Ether will continue to respect the descending channel it is currently in. However, considering the current derivatives data, there is reason to believe that an eventual pump above $3,000 will likely be short-lived. So that is some updates on Ethereum. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, where you think Ethereum is headed based on this information or any other information that you might have. Up next here, global private bank LGT opens Bitcoin and Ether trading. LGT Group, a top family-owned private banking and asset management group, is moving into cryptocurrency by launching Bitcoin and Ether investments at LGT Bank in Liechtenstein. LGT Bank, a Liechtenstein-based institution with over $292 billion in assets, has announced the launch of digital asset custody and trading services in cooperation with Swiss cryptocurrency bank SEBA. LGT Bank will offer custody and trading services for BTC and ETH. SEBA supports more than 14 cryptocurrencies, including altcoins like Litecoin, Polkadot, Tezos, Tether, the Tether stablecoin USDT, and others. LGT Bank has announced that it will offer crypto services that are fully integrated with traditional assets. This will allow clients to easily exchange assets within their existing portfolios. That's pretty cool, something that seems to be much needed in the space. This new service will be available to select clients in Liechtenstein and Switzerland. So if you're located in one of those areas, definitely something to check into. In order to access the new services, clients must be based in Liechtenstein or Switzerland and be classified as professional clients or be managed by an external asset manager. LGT is a global banking giant headquartered in Vaduz, Liechtenstein. The company has a long history dating back to 1920 and has a strong presence in Switzerland, as well as more than 20 offices worldwide. So they're definitely growing, seeming to continue to grow. They're doing something right. LGT's bank entrance into cryptos is in line with the firm's commitment to meet the increasing demand for investment opportunities, which is 100% true. There is a high demand for it, so I think it's very smart to get in early, be one of the first banks, asset managers to offer the service. LGT Bank CEO Roland Matt said that their clients have been increasingly interested in cryptocurrencies in recent years. When designing their new product, they took special care to make it secure while also providing clear and reliable processes. Cryptocurrencies are a rapidly growing but still young asset class, so it's important to have these features in place. This news reaffirms the ongoing trend of global banks and asset managers adding investment services for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. On Monday, Argentina's largest and second largest private banks, Banco Galicia and Brubank, announced plans to enable crypto purchases for clients. And we just had an article about this the other day. As reported by Cointelegraph, some of the world's most prominent banks began investing in Bitcoin in 2021. In February, Bank of New York Mellon announced plans to hold and transfer BTC as an asset manager on behalf of its clients. BBVA and US Bank subsequently announced the launch of similar crypto investment services. So it's coming, as some countries crack down and don't want to, accept crypto and are trying to block it and regulate it very heavily. There's other companies such as LGT Bank that are wanting to make it more accessible for their clients, which is good news. Up next here, Luna Foundation Guard acquires $1.5 billion in Bitcoin to reinforce stablecoin reserves. The Luna Foundation Guard, LFG, has acquired 37,863 Bitcoins as it continues to move toward its target of having $10 billion of stablecoin reserves before the end of the third quarter. The purchases were made in the form of two over-the-counter deals. One was a $1 billion swap of US Terra, or UST, for Bitcoin with crypto prime broker Genesis Global Trading. The other was a $500 million purchase of Bitcoin from hedge fund Three Arrows Capital. Genesis is owned by Digital Currency Group, which is also CoinDesk's parent company. LFG has a total of 80,394 Bitcoin, which is worth nearly $3 billion at the time of this writing. UST is the 10th largest cryptocurrency with a market capitalization of $18.4 billion according to CoinGecko. Do Kwon, co-founder and CEO of Terraforms Labs, said that for the first time you can see a pegged currency trying to follow the Bitcoin standard. He believes that keeping foreign reserves in the form of digital currency is going to be a winning recipe. We'll see, only time will tell on that. Luna, the governance token of the Terra blockchain, was down by 4.8% on Thursday amid a market-wide sell-off that knocked $1.3 billion off of its market cap. Bitcoin is lower as well, making LFG's $1.5 billion purchase now worth $1.4 billion. So take that what you may if you're interested in Luna Foundation Guard, something to note. Up next here, Ice Cube. Ice Cube backs Doge in an incredible and historical transaction. Ice Cube, an iconic rapper and entrepreneur also known as O'Shea Jackson Sr., has endorsed Dogecoin. He believes that the digital currency is incredible and historical and has jumped on the bandwagon. Pretty interesting why he chose Dogecoin. I'm wondering if he did a lot of research on it. We'll see what he has to say. Cube's foray into the Dogecoin world is related to the Big Three basketball league that he co-founded. This organization is made up of mostly former NBA stars who play 3-on-3 basketball instead of the regular 5-on-5 games. Last month, the Big Three launched a new ownership model for the league, which consists of selling tokenized stakes in each of the 12 teams. There are 1,000 NFTs in total allocated to each team, with 25 Fire NFTs worth $25,000 a pop and 975 gold NFTs at $5,000 each. On May 4th, My Doge Wallet co-founder Bill Lee tweeted at Ice Cube saying that if you dig Doge, me and the Doge Army will take one as well, in reference to a previous post from Ice Cube announcing that Snoop Dogg was buying 2 teams. Ice Cube replied to Bill with a sense of camaraderie, knowing that they both shared a love for the Doge Army. Again, I want to know where this love for Doge came from. Is it following the hype? Is it well researched? That's the next point here. It is unknown how much Ice Cube is actually down with the Doge Army, but the Big Three quickly released a press release stating that Lee had purchased all 25 Fire NFTs for the Aliens team. This incredible and historical transaction, as described by Ice Cube, was worth $625,000, or roughly 4.86 million Doge. The Big Three has also called it the largest commercial transaction in history of Doge. The Fire NFTs represent an important part of the crypto gaming ecosystem. They offer benefits such as game management, voting rights, and intellectual property licensing rights for team logos, names, and merchandise. If the owner holder of a Fire NFT sells their tokens, they'd receive a 40% cut of the sale. Pretty interesting. Lee made an announcement that he is now looking at NFT projects, but took a shot at ones with apes and owls in them, saying that he only looks at projects with utility. Despite the fact that some ape and owl projects have built utility for hodlers and is pretty lofty rhetoric for a man who primarily working on developing wallets for a meme coin that was created as a joke. So it's pretty interesting. You know, again, I'm curious to know how much he really knows about Doge. Is he following the hype? Why Dogecoin as opposed to any other coin? But if you are wanting to get into Doge, now might be a good time just because of this. Doge price really is affected by things like this. So take a look and see if it's the right time for you. And we haven't heard about Craig Wright in a while. He is suing exchanges for selling fake Bitcoin. Craig Wright has filed a lawsuit against Coinbase and Kraken on May 3rd, 2022. The lawsuit alleges that the two cryptocurrency exchanges are selling fake Bitcoin and that the asset they claim to be the real Bitcoin does not align with what is stated in the white paper. The claim is currently worth hundreds of billions of pounds. The injunction would restrain the two companies from continuing to pass off digital assets in their current state. Wright has accused core developers of changing the Bitcoin code to the point where it is unrecognizable and calls it a misleading activity. He pleads with consumers to be protected from these developers who are only looking out for their own financial interest. Pretty interesting. It's the first I've heard of him suing for that. You know, I've heard of him in the past claiming to be the creator of Bitcoin, suing for, you know, wanting people to take down the white paper off their website, things like that. But yeah, pretty interesting that he's claiming they're selling a fake Bitcoin. The pending lawsuit against Coinbase and Kraken could have a major impact on their daily operations. Bitcoin's dominance in the digital asset market means that the two exchanges handle a significant amount of daily trading volume. This is in continuation of a letter Wright sent to cryptocurrency exchanges in 2021, accusing them of copyright infringement on the Bitcoin name and white paper. Wright is currently busy with a number of lawsuits this year. The lawsuits are directed at a range of individuals and companies, including Bitcoin developers, cryptocurrency exchanges, and other parties. Most of these legal cases are still in progress, so their outcomes are uncertain. However, in February, Wright was ordered to pay the security costs for a lawsuit that he has raised against several Bitcoin developers. So we'll see where this comes. I'm assuming that based on this, they're able to continue, you know, their operations until there's a verdict, you know, that comes to play in this. You know, but we'll see. Is he just a crazy guy? Does he have some validity to what he says? What do you guys think? And last but not least here, MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor. Bitcoin is the least risky investment. So that's his opinion. Let's see what he has to say here. Michael Saylor, founder and CEO of MicroStrategy, believes that people should add crypto to their retirement portfolio following Fidelity Investments' decision to launch a Bitcoin option for its 401k plans. There has been a lot of talk lately about Bitcoin and its role as an investment. Some people believe it to be a far better asset than gold, as MicroStrategy's Saylor noted during the company's Q1 earnings conference call on Tuesday. According to Saylor, this new technology is really something special. Some people are calling it digital gold, and that's actually a pretty good description. It's the hardest money in the history of the world. But if you want to think about leaving a legacy for your grandchildren or building a retirement fund, it is an excellent option to consider. You know, it is very controversial. Again, we've been talking a lot about whether or not Bitcoin and crypto should be added as a 401k option. And again, like, I think it just comes down to personal opinion. There are people in that demographic that want to invest in crypto and just don't really know how. 401k is safe for them. So, you know, I think that they should be able to do that. He also said that Bitcoin is a unique kind of money because it's not backed by any commodity. It's based on the idea that everyone can agree on its value, making it better than traditional commodity money. Saylor believes that people are steering clear of stocks and bonds due to the current economy. He also pointed out that Bitcoin is the best retirement investment option since it has the least amount of risk. Is he wrong? Bitcoin's popularity is growing. More and more people are understanding the benefits of Bitcoin, which includes financial freedom. Recently, macro strategist Lynn Alden said that Bitcoin will overtake all other digital currencies to become the dominant form of money. In an interview with the What Bitcoin Did podcast, Alden explained that the race for dominance is between BTC and central bank digital currencies. What do you guys think comparing Bitcoin to CBDCs? What do you think? I mean, CBDCs are just a way for banks to have their own digital assets. So would it be any more, like, would it be any different than a fiat currency because it's still being controlled by, like, the bank and the government? I don't know. Let me know your guys' opinion. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment on what you want to see in a future video, and we'll see you next time.